comes also with it. So we are team 5, and the topic of our project is the impact of motivational messages on user survey experience. So here are some of the motivations for our project. The first one is the challenges with ACI survey design. We found out that poor survey design leads to low data quality and inaccurate conclusions, which results in low response rates, rush competitions, and abandonment. And also there was a need to improve engagement. What we found out was that engaged participants provide higher quality and thoughtful answers. So there are two major work related to our project. One uses gamification and the other one does not use gamification. So the first one was proposed by Trandro, and he suggested that those with higher neuroticism and openness experience more enjoyment and attention in the unified survey. And the second one was proposed by Yentes, and he suggested that progress bars in surveys improved participants' experience, focus, and enjoyment. So our project aims to answer the survey question because including motivational and encouraging messages at different checkpoints improve user experience of taking otherwise long and tedious surveys.
Now that we've seen the research question, I will be going through the methodology really quickly. So our first initial plan was to create two surveys. One is the basic one and the other one is a motivational one. So after that, we conducted a formative study just to understand the motivation of users to take the surveys. Then we started designing the questions for the survey. Our topic itself for the survey was survey just to understand and see what the participants felt about surveys. So we had a mixture of different questions from short answers to multiple choice answers. And then simultaneously we were creating a basic layout of the survey using Figma, and then we moved on to developing the functional React application. We used React because we had control over a lot of the features and the functionality. We also deployed the survey so that anyone with the link could access the survey. So the two main features of our motivational survey was the progress bar and then the motivational message. So this is what differentiates the motivation survey with the basic survey. So the main study has a number of steps. So we first recruited around 14 participants, and then we conducted the survey sessions on Zoom. So each of them were randomly allotted a survey. Then we moved on to explaining the study to each participant, and then took their consent. And we provided them with a link, and finally we also conducted a post-survey interview followed by performing data analysis.
So this is part of our continuous study results. So the first part is the comparison of overall ratings by survey type. From this chart we can see that the rating for both non-motivational and motivational surveys are around 7 out of 10 points, with higher variance existed in non-motivational survey takers. The second is the time span on both survey types. From this chart we can see that the survey takers for non-motivational survey takes longer time than a non-motivational survey. However, as we can see, a large variance existed in the motivational survey time span. We cannot tell there's a significant difference. We also included two attention check questions in our surveys. For both questions, we only have one correct answer. see for both surveys, we can see the motivational survey has a higher correct answer rate, and when the survey question is easy to read and shorter, you can see there's more correct answer this in the survey. So that's all I think questions. And we also investigated compare the actual and perceived the time completed when conducting the survey. So we can see that in average the perceived time is longer than the actual time. Higher variance exists between both survey types in terms of the perceived time. However, as the variance is higher, we cannot tell the difference between the discriminant.
So for the qualitative results, overall, people thought motivational messages were a time waster. They'd rather go ahead and finish the survey rather than have to stop and read the motivational message. And they liked the UI of the survey, but they didn't like how long it was and the those questions. And then from our interviews, we got suggestions how to improve user survey experience without motivational messages, which is just making the survey more personal, using emojis, making the progress bar represent the number of questions answered rather than the number of sections completed, and then having questions appear one at a time rather than in the list.
So overall, our research question was answered by motivational messages not being very effective. And we think motivation is important, but our messages didn't provide it. First of all, because people who took both surveys felt that they took longer than they actually did. So the message didn't make the survey feel shorter. Also, when we asked participants about their survey experience, they didn't really mention the motivational messages much when they weren't asked explicitly about them. When they were explicitly asked about them, there were people in both groups who said that they would prefer to take surveys without motivational messages.
We've noticed a couple of limitations. One, only one type of motivational message was passive, and participants weren't very representative of the general population. So for the improvement, we were focusing on improving survey length and content by reducing the survey length while they are evenly distributed across sections. And to improve user experience, we will use question progress bar as shown in the image. So this could motivate people more. And for the last, we will move the motivational message to the top of the next page rather than placing them between sections to avoid delays. So those are our references, and thank you for listening to our presentation.
Okay, next team is team number 11, Carter Jock.